Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1003. Hello, it's... How many licks does it take to get to the center of a World Tootsie Pop? I never tried it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl. 3. 1, 2, 3. Crunch. Alright, thank you for that flashback of commercials. It's Mike Matthews, broadcasting from
Mike's Daily Podcast
Cafe, anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today, the FM-Project and Madame Rootabega.
Mike's Daily Podcast
Valentino, Bison Bentley, and so I have this weakness, and it's called freckles. When I see them on women, my knees buckle. Little dots of happiness that can kind of make you chuckle. My first dog was named Freckles, which has caused some heckles. So if you have freckles, realize your dotted face is all I think about.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, I sometimes think about clouds, but without a doubt, it's
Mike's
Freckles
Daily
Thanks,
Podcast.
Melanocytes. You melanin-producing cells. Oh. God. The coffee here at Cafe Anyway. Oh, yeah, we also have the debut of the Daily Haley. Haley has been very busy lately. So now Haley is going to do a mini segment with us. Well, today's mini segment is not so mini, but Haley will join us a little bit later on for the Daily Haley, the debut of that. And with the debut of the FM Project, FM short for Fascinating Material. We got some interesting stories for you, and we're going to jump right into it. But first, look who just walked in. Hello, Michael Masters. This is Madame Rootabega, and I heard myself on the other show. You heard yourself? Yes, I sounded very good. It was way back. One of your early podcasts. Ooh. Yes, and you were calling me Matthew. Now you call me Michael Matthew. I know, I have to say Matthew in some way, because I like the word Matthew. I remember one person thought you were saying master. That's strange! Yes, you're kind of laughing. Michael Matthew, you're not my master. No one is your master. That's right. 2 snaps. Very good. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, I think you should tell people what your podcast picture is for today.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up so early in the show, because I didn't pick one out.
Yeah, I was thinking of you there. I'm kind of like your wife, but I'm not married to you.
Yeah, you wouldn't marry Mike. I mean, that's not something that you would do. You would never marry him, right? Do you know that? Yeah, I don't think he would, Bison. Hey, you know what? I'm going to do a picture here. Another Huntsville picture. How about that? How about Huntsville's Big Spring Park? Should we do that? Big Spring Park is this park in Huntsville that has a lake. It's kind of like this lake. It's this big, almost like lagoon type thing that was created by the springs, a pond. And I have a picture of it right here. With the fountain going. Okay, perfect. Let's use that picture. You know, Alabama was a wonderful place to live. I enjoyed it. When I think back to it, and now I've been here close to 7 years. Wait, has it been... Wow. No, it's been 6. So this will be the 7th year. I don't know. And I hate it when old people try and figure out the math in their head, and they're, well, it could have been 19 and 50 and 4. I'm not sure it was a 50 and 2. But I was... So I've been here a while, and I saw the dentist yesterday. I was telling you I was going to go see the dentist, and it had been a while. When I sat down in the dentist chair, and he pulled out the old records, he's like, you know you haven't been here since 2009. Oh, what part of 2009? Oh, it was December 15th of 2009. So I just missed the anniversary. It's been that long. So needless to say, there's got to be a lot of work done. And I might be paying over $1,000 to have all that stuff done to my teeth. That's lovely. Looking forward to that. But while living in Alabama, which I had great dental care in Alabama, by the way, the dentist was super nice. I really enjoyed him. And even though when you go to Alabama, you notice there is some difference in dental care going on. California, mostly everybody has their teeth. You go to Alabama, I'm serious. There's teeth a-missing. You're like, wait, that mouth is missing a couple teeth. And you see it everywhere. So I don't know what it is in Alabama. I don't know if they don't put fluoride in the water because of the conspiracy theorists going, oh, the government's trying to take over, blah, blah, blah. But we need money to help us because our town got flooded. Government, can you give us some money? And another thing about Alabama was the radio stations. I do love Bay Area radio. There's a couple things I don't like, which I've mentioned. A lot of commercials, just about all the formats are pretty much the same ones you hear everywhere else, so there's nothing really specifically Bay Area about Bay Area radio stations. But in Alabama, there were some strange DJs. Wow. And then, specifically catering to the Deep South mentality and accent and sound, and you've got this... I didn't understand what some of them were saying. Honestly, what you should do, because now it's everywhere, streaming. When I was living in Alabama, 2007 to 2009, streaming on the internet was not really huge yet. A lot of stations were doing it, but now everybody's doing it. And you've got the iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn app, and all these other apps that allow you to listen to other radio stations. Listen to stations in the South if you're not familiar with it. It is a whole other rhythm. It's a truly Southern disc jockey definitely has a different tone. And when you go to the South, it's good to listen to these stations to get used to it, because if you're not used to like the way certain words are pronounced and stuff, you can get kind of lost. And then the Alabama natives will laugh at you, and then they make fun of Californians. And they know how we love health food, and we love granola and Brussels sprouts. Hey, I bought a huge bag of Brussels sprouts last night from Costco, and I'm proud of it. It's a healthy vegetable, and you shouldn't eat so much meat in your diet. I know you want to. Lots of people named Bubba on the radio, too, in Alabama. And, of course, it's very conservative in Alabama. And you just gotta if you are staunch liberal, you cannot... you're going to be fighting everywhere you go. You've got to just listen to some of the idiot conservative conversations you get into. I have to do that here in California. I get into... There are people that just start spouting off idiot conservative points. They're actual pro-Trump people. I cannot believe that. Okay, if I was a Republican, I would not be putting my eggs in the Trump basket. And yet everybody is, and it's like, no. This has disaster written all over it. This guy is such a loose cannon. How can you... Is there anything stable about this guy? Look how many marriages he's had. If you just look at that alone. Don't base your voting policy on how many wives or husbands someone's had, but still, it's just the guy, the things he says, you know what I'm saying. I would not be putting all my eggs in the Trump basket.
Mike, I said the beginning there, from the beginning, George Christie, 2016.
Yeah, Christie! Do you know that? Michael Matthew, I am not political. I know, madam. So yes, Freckles. Big Spring Park, Alabama. You'll see that in the podcast picture. Not Freckles, though. And my wonderful upsell appointments that I've made lately. The dentist yesterday upsold me. I looked at my insurance book. I thought I wasn't going to have to pay anything to see my dentist yesterday. Nope, $100. He had to he wouldn't even see me unless I paid $100. There's something wrong with that. I don't know. And then the other thing, well, and I'm going to have other upsell appointments this week. I'm going in to see my insurance guy. I'm sure he's going to try and upsell me. He's always trying to sell me life insurance. It seems like any appointment you make. Hey, I want a guy to come over and take a look at my roof. Oh, yeah, we could put that roof on. But for an extra, we'll make your roof levitate over your house. And it'll generate its own power. And I don't know why I've gone into this accent. For some reason, it's comforting. Well, Haley and I discuss Taylor Swift and the upcoming Daily Haley, which you will hear right after we get to the new segment called The FM-Project.
The Fascinating Material Project.
The FM-Project. The FM-Project. The FM-Project.
Progress for whom? When director Ayodele Zinga stepped into the flight deck stage to introduce Lower Bottom Playa's rendition of playwright August Wilson's Radio Golf, she warned the audience to watch out for parallels to Oakland's struggles with gentrification and displacement. Lower Bottom Playa's production of the 2005 play, which was set in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 1997, delves into issues of race, class, and power that resonate deeply with the East Bay's socio-political situation. Although its allegorical elements are less than subtle, Radio Golf is timely and accessible, and the Lower Bottom Playa's skilled cast lends its thought-provoking script an immediate emotional poignancy. This according to the East Bay Express, which it's... Oh, we just missed this play. Dang it, I wanted to go see Radio Golf. It is the final play in Wilson's American Century Cycle, a 10-play series that purports to chronicle 100 years of black issues in America. And Lower Bottom Playas is now the first theater company to ever stage the 10 plays chronologically, a feat it began in 2010. That's all going on in Oakland. It's an all-black theater troupe composed of Oakland and Berkeley natives. Interesting. I will have to check out their next production. Fascinating material.
Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue.
And the other fascinating story, you probably heard by now, that the Chief Justice of Alabama has said no more same-sex marriage licenses are to be distributed. Which, that is Mr. Roy Moore who has decided that. Oh, by the way, he's white and heterosexual. Oh, what a surprise. And he's 68. So, 20 years older than me and sounds like a real jerk. He's got 2 sons, 2 daughters. I wonder how they feel about their backward dad making this sort of judgment. I just want to say, though, the legal system in Alabama is crazy. According to this story here, he has told the state judges, the probate judges, not to issue any more marriage licenses. The probate judges are the scourge of the earth in Alabama. They do not let you do anything. Everything you need to do legally, you've got to go through them. And it's not like you can go on any website to have you help you, or you can't call anybody to have you help you. No, you've got to go in and speak to the probate judge face to face. Oh, and they don't want you doing it yourself if you're not a lawyer, if you're not legally trained. They want only lawyers talking to the probate judges. So you have to pay for a lawyer to get anything done legally, even the smallest thing. I'm trying to get something done in Alabama because I used to live there. And I have to go through the whole probate judge thing. I can't find out any information online. Whenever I call anyone, they're all obfuscating and referring me to this person and that person. And it's just so frustrating. You can get the same thing done that I'm trying to do here in California. I got it done with just the motion of a pen and signed my name, and I just went to a place downtown, got it done. It was done. There, you've got to go through all this stuff, and the lawyer that you're hiring, you're spending money for to get your tiny little thing done, so that lawyer can go and face that. I'm sure that white lawyer is going to go face that white probate judge, and those two white men are going to go out and have a steak afterwards, and a couple shots of whiskey or scotch or in some nice restaurant that you're paying for. That's what it's going on in Alabama. So, that's my fascinating material stories for today. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in podcast.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And the podcast picture, of course, is of Alabama, as I mentioned earlier, in Big Spring Park, which is a nice park. Some other things of Alabama, not so nice, but that's nice. They need to fix their legal system. For a state that's all about how government is too big and too corrupt and all that, and get government out of our lives, they need to streamline their government. It's ironic. Oh, and it's time now for another new segment.
The Daily Haley.
The almost daily Haley.
Hey, it's time for Haley Daily. Daily Haley.
Nearly. Ugh, too much to do around here lately.
Almost. Why?
Why? Well, that's confidential. I'd tell you, but I'd have to track down every single listener and kill them. And I probably have that time. Because we have one.
Not one.
Yeah,
Maybe. 0.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, Haley?
I don't want to kill our lovely friend, I'm a chump? I'm a chump from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, because we'd have to fly out to Murfreesboro.
Did I tell you that John Mulaney was talking about Murfreesboro?
Who's John Mulaney?
That comedian who did
oh yeah, you love him.
Sketches. I do like him. He's funny, but he said that his first show on the road was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and he said that it's a weird town because there's entirely too many O's in the name.
Oh, that's right.
Because you'd expect it to be like borough, like a town borough, but it's not. It's just a bunch of like B-O-R-O-R-O-R whatever. And then it's more O's before then.
He makes light of funny things that we probably don't pick up on in our normal day-to-day lives.
And that's why he gets paid.
He gets paid money? Well, that, and he's like young and he's got all his hair.
Yeah. He looks like a lot like Nate Bruce from the band Fun.
Oh.
I don't know if you've seen a picture of him.
No.
They look very similar, and they're both pretty.
So Nate Ruiz's solo album didn't really have any hits off of it, did it?
No, it didn't.
And it sounded good.
He's a great singer.
Do you think people are done with Fun?
No. If Fun came out with something new, it'd be a lot different than Nate Ruiz's solo stuff. I like Fun. They have a history of good music, and they hopefully have a future of it, too.
How about Gautier?
Gautier has been underground for a while before he got big. And I don't know if he's producing new stuff, but he's probably going to go back into the underground. That's fine. He can just keep doing what he wants to do. He's along the same route as Sia. Like, he's been there for a while. He's done stuff for a while. It's a little bit weird. He has a few hits, and then he keeps doing his artistic weird stuff.
I'm underground.
No, we're on the 3rd floor.
I'm underground here at Cafe Anyway.
No, we're on the 3rd floor.
We're on the 3rd floor at Cafe Anyway. How big is this place? This place is huge.
At least it can fit a horse, I know that.
That's right, because Benita comes in with Nelly all the time. You know,
Nelly Vanilli.
Great band, Nelly Vanilli. They were awesome. They had that one hit called Nay.
Nay.
There was a time... So, here's my question to you.
Yes, please.
Taylor Swift. All right, she's got this song, Wildest Dreams. All right. I am, 47? where in what scenario would scenario, depending on which way you lean.
I like scenario.
All right, scenario.
It's an open vowel sound. I'm a fan of those.
Open vowels?
Yes.
There was a joke about vowels I was going to do, but that I won't go there.
I appreciate it.
In what scenario would she be in my wildest dreams? Because that's just gross. To coin a phrase that someone we know likes to use. Gross.
Gross. That's me. I like saying that.
Oh, okay. I knew it was someone I knew.
Well, you're the one that talks about Taylor Swift all the time.
Well, okay, I am not... She's cute, but, I mean, she's way young, and she's not like... I mean, she's beautiful, but she's too young for I mean, come on, that's gross.
That's true. That's exactly true. So, it's a good thing you're not the target audience of her songs.
Oh, so she only wants to target young people. Okay, let's see how that works out when all those young people grow up and die.
It's true, but they'll already have bought her albums, and it won't matter when she's older and they're older. But it still works.
But then why is that damn song getting played? I mean, I love it. Wildest Dreams. Of course, I prefer the other Wildest Dreams songs, like Moody Blues.
Exactly.
Once upon a time, once when you were mine, I remember skies reflected in your eyes. I wonder where you are. I wonder if you think about me. Once upon a time, in your wildest dreams. And this is why we love Haley deeply. How did you bust out the frickin' Moody Blues out of the 80s?
I love the Moody Blues. It was the 70s, thank you.
No, that song was 80s.
Oh, that song was 80s.
But yeah, their biggest...
70s was like, go now!
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Before you see me cry!
Different lead singer. But that was... Yeah, it wasn't...
Nights in White Satin. It was 79, I think.
Nights in White Satin was 70s.
Never reach in the end.
Oh, why can't I think of the lead singer?
Letters are written,
never meaning to send.
And then the end when they have the giant gong.
Breathe deep, whispering.
The gathering gloom. Wash lights fade over every room.
Oh, you also love that Tuesday song.
Oh, I adore that Tuesday.
Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah. That's another one where they're like,
yeah.
And then I start trying to sing A Day in the Life.
Oh, then you go into the Beatles.
I forget, yeah.
Well, there was connections between Moody Blues and Eagles, right? Like the
Beatles.
What did I say? The Eagles?
Yeah.
I'm slapping myself very hard now as a music person that likes music. Yeah. There was like connections. I think somebody from the Moody Blues was in Paul McCartney's Wings band, etc.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah. There's a lot of influence. The Moody Blues should have gone farther. I mean, they got pretty big, but they had a niche. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. Like, as far as progressive rock and everything went, like you had your Yes and your Rush. And
you know, ELO was also big orchestra pop band sort of thing, but it was rock, but different. Yeah.
Like Moody Blues was progressive rock, but they were progression rock. Mm-hmm. Like half their songs was like they wrote two songs and put them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Question 15 and 72. What do we want about the future? About a
Bling.
It's not the way that you say
when you do those things to me. It's more the way that you mean it when you tell me what will be.
Damn it, you're making me look up Moody Blues lead singer. I'm going to kick myself, too, because
Moody Blues was also one of those bands that I grew up with because my mom was a huge fan, so she had the best of CD that did not have the 7-minute version of Nights in White Satin, which was very disappointing.
Oh, Justin Hayward! That's what pisses me off, is because we live near Hayward, and you're Haley. Justin Hayward was the lead singer. That's right. And they also had that song, Ride My Seesaw, out of the...
Ride a seesaw, take this place on the trip. It's for free.
I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band.
Blue World.
Oh, that one I don't know.
It takes two to love somebody or something. It's a blue world.
Oh.
And blue guitar. Progressive rock bands were very blue, I feel, as far as color schemes go. Rush was red. Yes was yellow. Moody Blues were blue.
Interesting. That's interesting how you look at music and colors.
Kansas was like a beige.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at their album covers.
Pharrell, he says that he looks at music like colors. Like Happy, the chorus, he says is like yellow.
Yeah, it is. It's called synthesia. I don't know how to pronounce it, or if I spelled it right in my head. But it's an actual thing that people do.
I like the song The Voice. There you do, da-da-da-da, you represent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can you hear it again? Oh, no, can you feel it? Oh, no, can you hear it again tonight?
What's the one where they're, the one where he's talking to the birds.
Birds, you are so flute. I don't know.
No, it's, Voices in the Sky.
Oh, there's Voices in the Sky.
Voices in the Sky. Talks to birds in that song.
Aww. I wonder if we would hear it if I potted this up.
Probably.
And pressed all the buttons down over on this thing here. Oh, it's so nice.
Bird flying high, tell me what you say.
Stop singing!
If you could talk to me, what news would you bring of voices in the sky? This is another song where it's like a transition into a different mood in the middle of a song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Harmonize the wind. Darkness
with the little flute.
I can hear you say of voices in the sky.
So people love... You're getting all intense, like...
Just what is happening to me. I lie awake in the sound of the sea calling to me.
I don't know what the H is going on here, but
I missed the beat.
I'm truly amazed.
But there's the calling to me.
I am so blown away that you know this older Moody Blues.
Oh, I love it. I told you, it's like a best of album. The very best of the Moody Blues that my mom had it on repeat sometimes.
Wow. You know, and it's interesting because the old Moody Blues was a lot of, symphonies and everything. And then as they progressed, pardon the pun, because I said progressive
rock.
Most progressive bands got into more synthesizer stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like even Rush, And Moody Blues did some interesting synthesizer textures stuff. But, wow, this has been great. We had like a mini band's mutations.
Yeah. Except we didn't actually mutate the band. We just talked about the Moody Blues.
That's right. Justin Hayward. Well, back to Taylor Swift. People say she looks like a baby giraffe. Thoughts?
It's not a long enough neck. She is almost tall enough. Baby giraffes can be like 6 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What are your final thoughts about Taylor Swift?
used to think Taylor Swift was a lot cooler than I feel now.
Who do you think has replaced the cool zone of what would be her?
No one. Jess Glein is coming up. I don't know if you've seen Jess Glein.
No.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. She did the words, she did the singing on that song Rather Be. If you gave me a chance, then I'll make it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll take it. Huge hit. But she is extremely pretty, and she's released her first album, and there's a few songs that have gotten fairly big, but they're a bit too slow, I think, to really get into the popular. Yeah, that's it. And the person in this video is not Jess Glein. So, like, if you watch the video for this song, she's not Asian, Jess Glein.
Oh, that's not her?
No.
Oh.
She's a redhead. It's weird. Yeah.
I like that. Very minimalistic, kind of a dancey. I wonder who's doing the production.
Clean Bandit.
Oh, that's why it says Clean Bandit on the screen. Oh, that's snappy. I like that.
This kind of music that very heavily produced DJs that are a little alternative with songs with guest singers over them. That is the future of music.
Right.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's going on.
Not just David Guetta anymore. It's not just Calvin Harris. Those guys are old. Those are old hat.
They're old. They're old, and they're dead now.
They just do the same thing every time they release a song.
Yeah.
All these new little bands that are having their own unique style of music, like Clean Bandit. We had Cash with the BB Rexa hit, which was "Take Me Home." That was a few years back. Disclosure now has had a few hits. All of these little bands with singers that go on to, really release their own albums and do well as well, but they don't hit as big as when they were with the producer. That's the way that radio is starting to go, and I love it. That, and then you have your Robin Schultz type deep house remixes. Robin Schultz, Milky Chance is also like that. It's sort of a mix between deep house and like folktronica. That's nice. So music right now is going in a lot of pretty good directions.
Folktronica?
You've never heard of folktronica?
No.
Okay, the new Avicii stuff. Well, not new anymore, but
Wake Me Up When
Wake
It's
Me
All
Up,
Over.
Hey Brother type stuff like that. My personal favorite was. What is that song? The video with the lesbians.
All right, well, while you're thinking of that, may I just say that Disclosure with Eliza Doolittle, I interviewed Eliza Doolittle.
Really?
It's the first year going back to the early days. I think I was still the last place on Earth.
That's super cool.
That's on the website for 2011, and you'll see Eliza Doolittle.
Yeah, and Disclosure's a great band as well. Check them out.
Disclosure, when I was interviewing her, I get a phone call, from the publicist person, and she goes, okay, I got Eliza Doolittle on the line. One thing, don't ask her why she got the name. Because the name is from My Fair Lady. But don't ask her about it. I'm like, okay.
Interesting.
But I mentioned I had a boxer, and she goes, oh, I love boxers.
Oh, that's cute.
Those great dogs. But was this a big hit?
I don't think so. No, I think their big one was
Turn It Off.
Latch, and then some other song. Some other song I don't remember. I just like Latch a lot.
Look at all the music that Haley knows.
Mm-hmm. Disclosure's unique because a band with the style of Disclosure hasn't hit Top 40 radio since Daniel Bedingfield's Gotta Get Through This.
Which is Natasha Bedingfield's brother.
Yeah.
Because she's unwritten.
And
she feels like a pocket
really
full of sunshine.
Family, yeah.
Huh.
A pocket full of sunshine. I gotta love it, I know when it's all I know. Oh, wow.
You're not gonna make me
do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me down.
You know what that song sounds like? You don't even need to look that up. Take me away.
Take me away.
Further away. A better place. I don't know the next line. Oh, that's what I did.
Take me away.
I loved how...
There's a place I go where nobody knows and the river flows. Nobody knows. I don't know the lyrics.
You need to team up with a DJ and make an album.
I know I do.
All right, well, we're looking for a DJ that's going to play music behind Haley. I would do it, but my music wouldn't be hip.
No, I can find my own. I know people.
Well, then F you. I'm just going to help you anyway.
Thanks.
God, just throw me off a cliff.
All right, here we go.
Theater of the Mind. Splash. Thank you, Haley. All right, next show, we got the return of a segment we haven't done in a while called MASTERPOD THEATER. And we got the podcast players. We're going to do a special production for you, special theatrical production. A special tribute is coming up next show. And we will hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST-1003-The-FM-Project. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.